Hey guys, and welcome back to the fourth and final devlog. It's been a while since I made the last one, since I've been sick and I haven't been making devlogs, but I've still been working on the game, so as you can see we have made some progress. So probably the biggest thing that you can see straight away is that we actually have a level now that we can play in, and it's pretty basic. It's just, well, you can just play it in only 2 rooms. I don't want to make any more than that for now. We just have the main level that you start out in here, and then also you have this room here which has a ammo machine where you can buy ammo. Also, another thing that we've added in is, now rather than me just putting in the enemies onto the screen manually, I've actually made some spawn points. If I find them on here. So we have 5 spawn points around the map, and essentially a random spawn point gets picked and enemies spawn in. So that's how they're spawning in now. Another change I've made since the last devlog has been actually adding sounds to the game. So if you press play, you'll see that we have some sounds. For example, when the round starts, we have a sound to let you know that the round has started, and we also have some bullets, like shot sounds, as well as also some hit marker sounds. And this is a good chance for me to show you the pickups, which I've introduced in the last devlogs, but I've actually added functionality to them now. So we have a green one which gives you health, also has a little sound effect, and also we have this yellow one here which gives you ammo. So even if you're reloading, it just reloads it instantly for you. Now it's a good time for me to show you how the interact function works. So we have a door that you can open. You press F to interact with it, and it opens up and lets you into the next room. And then in here we just have the ammo box, as I mentioned. It works in the same way as the max ammo drop. So even if you're reloading and you activate it, it instantly reloads your gun and fills up your reserve ammo as well. So having added sounds, I've also added an options menu which lets you decide like how loud or how quiet you want your stuff. So if we pause and go into options, we have a master volume. So let me just show you guys. So if I shoot now, it's pretty loud, but then if we pause and lower it to maybe like 10% or so, and if we shoot now, you can see that it's a lot quieter. Some other options that we have in here as well are some shadow quality. So I found that shadow quality was the option which affected performance the most, so that's the one that I've included. And so if we set it to low, it's gonna look terrible, but you do get a lot more FPS. So yeah, it does look quite bad though. So if you go back, then yeah, you can pick whichever one you want depending on your hardware, obviously. So if you go on high or ultra, it's gonna look better, but you will get less FPS. So it's up to you guys. So I can't remember if I've mentioned it in the last devlog, but we've also added some controller support, so you can actually play the game with a controller. Although it is quite stiff, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sure how to make it smooth yet, but it does work in theory. So if you have like an Xbox or PS4 controller or anything of that sort, you can plug it in and play with that as well. So next up, I'm just going to run through the abilities quickly, since it just shows buttons, it doesn't actually explain what they do. So Q, I think I've actually mentioned it in one of the previous devlogs. So Q is, you pick a location on the ground and another one, and it spawns 2 portals. And then it shoots a projectile which does damage and also stuns the enemies. So let me use that one more time, if I can actually line it up this time better. So yeah, that's the first ability. The second ability, the E ability, is quite basic. So if we take some damage here, so you'll see that we have about half health. If we press E, then every 2 seconds or so we will heal a little bit, and I believe this lasts for 20 seconds. So it gives you a decent amount of healing. It's so there's there's 2 ways of healing. There's one through this ability and also from the random pickups, but the random pickups aren't reliable enough, so I thought, you know, adding an ability to actually heal would make sense. And now the final ability, the ultimate, which is on Z, it basically makes you invisible to the enemy. So say for example you manage to get trapped in the corner and there's no way for you to get out, you can press Z to go invisible, and you can get out of sticky situations. But as you can see, it has a very long cooldown. It's at 3 minutes, so you can't just use this ability whenever you want. You have to actually, you know, still be careful and use it sparingly when you get trapped. So next up I want to talk a bit about performance optimization. So I've already showed you guys that we have the shadow quality in the options settings. But also I've done some more optimizations under the hood, so stuff that you won't be able to edit. I've changed because initially the game had quite bad FPS. So me on a RX 580 I was getting maybe around like 45 FPS ish, which you know, it's not horrible but it's not good. So I thought I want to get at least 60, so I managed to optimize it so that I get around 75-ish, 75-ish FPS, which it's I mean, it's still not amazing for like a tiny game like this, but you know, like it's I think that it's playable enough. Like I'd like to still scale it back so that more you can play it on lower hardware as well, but for now that's what I've been able to, that's like how much I've been able to optimize it. So yeah, that will be everything. So if you're on Windows and you want to try the game out, I'm going to leave a link in the description to itch.io where I've put up the game for download. So it's just under 500 megabytes, so it's not too big of a file size. Yeah, so I'm curious to see how many rounds you guys can survive. So if you try it out, let me know what you think and how long you've survived. And yeah, hopefully I'll be making another game soon. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.